I will give you the world. Oh, my eye. Do you see this? I will give you the world, baby girl. It's gotta be worth it. Okay. Oh my god, my eye. So I have a new comment from PH Graphy Status and Ringtones. Nice ringtones on your account. I checked them out. Hey bro, please share your sprint schedule. God, it just brings me to tears how much it means that you left a comment. So right now, I'm going to give because you have asked and you will receive. I have 3 days a week on the track and then 2 or 3 days a week in the weight room as well. So the track work starts with the warm-up. It's not really warm-up. It all kind of feeds into like the overall training volume. So you have like all the work that you do. The warm-up isn't really a warm-up. It's like very necessary low-level training to get your work capacity up so you can actually handle the high-speed training. So the mistake that I made was just trying to jump into top speed training every single day, or at least 3 days a week, without doing this lower-level work. And I ran into injury, my form started to break down, and it just wasn't the best training for me. So I'm trying now to build up my work capacity, and that is through these hops and speed dribbles and other drills. So hops you can do double leg, single leg, backwards, lateral, and then you can add other training implements like a medball and also do them continuously or like 1 at a time or 2 at a time. Switch it up, like whatever variation. It's just like you think about the lowest level of progression and then the highest level of progression in terms of intensity. So at the low end, it's like double leg backwards hops just once in place. And then at the higher end, it's like single leg hops with a med ball. But I'm not even at that level yet. I can't even handle that. So I'm not even thinking of adding that to my training because I know I'm not ready for it. So I try to hit around 100 high intent hops. So it's like I'm using my full brain power to position myself in space, land with the proper mechanics, which is like rocking, like with your heel. So if this is my heel and this is my toe, it's like you try to land on your heel and mid-foot and then rock onto your toe and bounce off with your Achilles. What that does is it loads your glutes first, like heel first and midfoot first. It loads your glutes first. And then as you rock forward, it transfers that energy that you have created with your glutes into your Achilles complex. And that's actually where I ran into a lot of issues just jumping into really high intensity stuff. So if you go from 0 to 100 doing all of your top speed work and you're not doing the proper like engagement and you're not working on your technique, I thought that, and you're not working on your technique, you're not going to ingrain the right movement patterns, or you're going to be less likely to ingrain the right movement patterns. I picked up these hops and the next drills I'm going to talk about from a guy named Dan Pfaff. He's a coach from Altus. He has a lot of really good stuff. What I do is I go through his lectures and I put them on 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed, and I just blow through all of them. So yeah, I started to run into a lot of calf and Achilles issues for like the last few months. So my training has been really inconsistent, but the moment I started doing more of this low level work where I'm starting to load my glutes with the rocking motion and the speed dribbles, like things really changed. So I guess in terms of landing mechanics, when you're landing under your body, if you're like hitting the ground too toesy, you're gonna load your calf and your soleus, like your soleus and gastric, way more than your glutes. So then progressing from the hops, because they're lower level and less specific than speed dribbles, I move out into the speed dribbles. So a guy named Les Spellman has a lot of really good videos on how he implements those for his athletes. So he works with soccer players, track athletes, football players, everybody. And there's a series of speed dribbles that you can do. There are circles that you can make with your heels, ellipses at various heights. So ankle, calf, and knee are the main ones, and It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's really hard to implement. Yeah, so I'll start doing them in place and then start moving a little bit faster and then progress through the circles and to ellipses, then all the way from like a slow jog to trying to implement them at faster speeds. But really it's just like making sure you're striking the ground properly and transferring your weight in the correct way, where it feels like you're just kind of bouncing into the ground. Then after the speed dribbles, I'll sit around and rest a bit. I'll be pretty out of breath. You can also do the speed dribbles. You can also do the speed dribbles with a medball or other implement just to make it more difficult. Like I'll hold it like in front, I'll hold it above my head, I'll hold it behind myself. Like all that stuff is really hard. Like I can barely even do it for 20 meters. Granted, I'm not that fast, granted, I'm not the fastest athlete, but I do enjoy training. Then after that, I'll take a rest and go into the main work, which is just, I'll do accelerations to 20, 40 meters or flies with like a 30-meter run-in. Before I was doing flies with longer run-ins just so I could try and hit my max speed. So then after that, I'll just cool down, do some ab work, stability, and then I'll pack it up and go lift. So the lifting I keep pretty general. Yeah, so I'll warm up for squats, then do like a 3x5 for the main set. It's not super specific. I don't try to go too heavy so that I'm getting stapled or that I'm moving the weight really slow. I still try to keep it pretty fast. So, you know, for me, I actually haven't been doing weights for a while, so I'm back pretty low at around 205, 225 for back squats. I won't do too much plyo work. The most I'll do is like a Bulgarian split squat, where I try to make it reactive and I move my leg up and down so I can try to replicate that force application like when I'm hitting the ground. And then, you know, that's the most I'll do for legs because you do most of your lower body work on the track. And then I'll just do like a superset for my upper body. I'll just do push and pull, kind of hitting really whatever. I'll do dumbbell bench or overhead press, then, you know, hit some machines, chest press, overhead press. I'll do good mornings for like some lower back conditioning, machine rows, lat pull downs, pull ups for back, and then I'll do single leg calf raises like the eccentric for a 3x10 like a few days a week, and then reverse hypers is another exercise, just like higher rep sets for conditioning and work capacity. So I'll do sets of 15 to 20. So again, I keep it pretty general in the weight room since it is not as specific. I do it as extra work just to build my work capacity overall, and I like to lift and just look good. So that's kind of what a day would look like. So that's like my Monday. And then I would just do the same thing on Wednesday and Friday. I'll always make sure to get the track work in, but if I don't feel very good, I'll just skip the lift. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll do alternative activities. So I'll go biking, which is like really light. I'm not trying to like go up any hills or anything like that, just kind of cruise around. Or I'll go bowling or do something that is more technically demanding. But yeah, when I do other things, I still try to progress. So bowling, I'm like, oh, how can I like bowl better? When I'm biking, I'll try to like bike around in the street and stuff, like downtown. In this phase of my training, I'm just trying to build my work capacity. So then once I hit winter and then next summer, I'll be really healthy and able to handle a lot more of that intense volume. I mean, I'm still working my speed, but it's just like, I'm just trying to build my work capacity. That's just kind of all it is in a nutshell with the hops. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for the comment. I always get so excited when people comment on the videos. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comment. Leave a comment for what other kind of video I should make. And thank you for